So, welcome back. In this session, we're going to discuss how to measure the success of your lead generation campaigns. This is really important because you need to have the confidence in your numbers. You need to have the confidence in your strategy. And if you know your numbers and if you know that how well aligned your strategy is to your sales objectives, your client acquisition objectives, then you'll have the confidence to just push through. Okay, so we're going to look at some very, very brief points here. We'll be looking at key metrics to track. So lead volume, how many leads are we generating? That's obviously a very, blatantly obvious kind of how many leads are we getting? We're getting lots of leads or we're not getting enough leads. We need to look at the cost per lead. Again, this is really important that we understand the value of a lead in order to be able to determine what is an acceptable cost per lead. And again, we'll go through that in great detail. We want to look at our conversion rate. So how many, what percentage of the leads that we're generating are actually becoming clients or customers? And this is really important data. And the cost, the customer acquisition cost. So how much does it cost us to acquire a new customer based on the advertising, the campaigns that we're running and the resources that we're investing in client acquisition. So these are really key metrics. And again, we'll be paying very careful attention to these. If we look at the analyzing campaign performance, we have performance reports. We can regularly review performance reports in your ad platform's dashboard. I'll teach you exactly how to do that, how to set up your business, your ad account in a way that you can see the data, the exact data that you need in order to evaluate the success of your campaigns. And we can also look at trends. We can look for patterns and trends in the data to identify what's working and what's not working so well. This will also include maybe some A/B testing. So A/B testing could be testing different audiences, but it could also be the same ad going to the same audiences, or rather the two variations of the same ad going to the same audience. So there are lots of opportunities to do some A/B testing, and that generally helps the algorithms to dig deeper and to find the really interesting leads for us. It certainly helps. It's certainly advisable. Not necessarily always, the case, but you can just run an ad, get leads. You know how much you're going to spend, and it works fine. So we don't need to go through all of these really complex processes in order to launch a campaign. We can literally launch a campaign in a matter of days. We may want to begin to evaluate how we can adjust our targeting. In other words, we may be refining our audience based on the data that we see in the first testing phases. And we also may decide to reallocate our budget to higher performing ads and higher performing campaigns. So again, the idea very simply is if we want to run one campaign, then let's imagine we do a campaign with an A/B testing. It's just literally a test to see what happens. We'll very, very quickly identify which is the winning version of the A/B test. So it's either ad A wins or ad B wins, or audience A wins or audience B wins. And then we can reallocate our budget and focus on the winning campaign. Again, this is very basic stuff, but it's very important that we get through this just to get started with basic clarity on what we're about to do. Okay, see you in the next step.